Making it in the cutthroat world of fashion is not easy, and very few entrepreneurs who find success in South Africa ever manage to grow their brands abroad. But after years of struggling, Butan's Julian Kubel has finally broken through with a street-style label that's making waves not only in South Africa, but in Namibia and Botswana too, and it's starting to spread its wings into other markets, in which we'll pick his brain on. But he joins us now in studio to tell us more about how he made it all is Julian Kubel, who's the founder of Butan. Good to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me on the show.
The love for fashion, where did that start?
Well, that's way back. When I was still in school, so about 2000, 2001, I was playing around on Paint, Microsoft Paint, and came up with a silly little design, and I decided to put it on a t-shirt. I always wanted to have something different to my peers. So what I did is I bought one of those iron-on kits. I actually brought my first ever t-shirt.
Please show it, lift it up and show us what it looked like.
This is my first creation, made in Microsoft Paint with an iron-on kit, and I wore it proudly. And at school, people started noticing. I was like, oh, what's this? And I said, no, I made my own t-shirt. So then I thought, well, how about building a little business around this? So I did a bit of research, found out where I could buy wholesale t-shirts, where I could have woven labels made, all of that, and I put together a budget, and it came to about 2,000 Rand to make my first 20 t-shirts. So I approached my dad, I pitched the idea, and he said, okay, cool, if you're serious about this, I'll give you the money. You obviously have to have a payment plan to pay it back. And yeah, I went out and printed, well, I haven't got that t-shirt here, the first commercial t-shirt per se.
But just show us some of the other designs as well, because
yes, of course. No, I mean, we have come a long way.
From the first print to what you have now.
Absolutely. I mean, this is one of our latest prints. You see where's the camera? There
Legends live forever.
Yeah, this is a tribute to the late hip-hop legends. We're very inspired by hip-hop culture. So, this is one of our graphic tees. Very inspired also by African culture. This is, a lot of people might realize what this is. This is inspired by the Siena Marina,
the
Basotho blankets.
Exactly. Yes. Just to pick your brain on that, you mentioned hip-hop culture as well as African culture. How difficult then is it as an entrepreneur, especially in the fashion space, to gain access to markets and not the typical hip-hop or boom rapper, as we refer to them here in South Africa?
Look, the thing is this, I've never had to really gain access into a market because I grew out of a market. I myself started as my own consumer. So I'm not someone who went out and said, let me start a business, I didn't have an understanding of target markets and things like that. It's just, I had an idea. I wanted to make cool fashion, and people caught on. And I've been involved in hip-hop since '94. So I'm very inspired by the culture. And it just sort of evolved, and people caught on, and that's how it is. So it's a bit of a reverse engineered model.
But with all entrepreneurship projects, you have great success, but it doesn't happen overnight. I understand you experienced some challenges in 2008?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Look, I don't want to badmouth anybody, but obviously I have to mention names or companies. We were about to have our major breakthrough. At least I thought we were going to have a breakthrough. We were offered a deal by the Cross Trainer. They're a retail chain. At the time, they had about 47 stores. And they offered us 15 doors to start off with, and we were very excited. We raised the capital. At the time, it was about 800,000, the first order. And I was used to orders like 1,000 Rand here, 1,000 and there, like independent stores. That's the school I come from. It was very, cash-based as well. And suddenly there was this big order. So I raised the capital, we delivered, and things were going fairly well. And 4 months later, they just decided to kind of drop us. And it was a 30-day agreement, but it's business,
But then what lessons do you learn from that? Because those are challenges that other entrepreneurs
huge lessons.
go
and I
through.
must tell you, it's interesting that I actually don't regret it. I'm actually glad it happened, because it taught me so much. It taught me also that, you need to plan properly, grow your business organically, as opposed to trying to go too big from here to there. Grow it organically. It's obviously taught me that, trust, I guess, is an issue as well, but then also it's about taking calculated risks. And yeah, you're saying, what have I taken out of that? I think every challenge is an opportunity. It was really hard to get back onto my feet, but we managed that actually fairly quickly. I think within 2 weeks after they dropped us, and mind you, there was about 400,000 Rands of stock that I had to take back. and I lost 15 out of my 17 stores because I think I had 2 independent stores and then these 15 odd stores. Within 2 weeks, we managed to find another retailer, and they've stuck by us, and we've stuck with them for the past years now, past 4 years. That's Shesha. It's a small retail chain. They've got 7 stores. We also own a lot of independent stores. We also now on spree.co.za, so it spreads quite a bit.
Let's talk about that, because I understand that you also have operations on other parts of the continent, Botswana and Namibia, if I'm not mistaken, and things could be heating up in the US.
Yes, while we don't have operations there per se, we've got retail outlets that we are supplying. So, you know, our brand has reached, actually Africa-wide, there's been a lot of interest. We've also got interest from Nigeria. People want to retail it there. And then you mentioned New York. We've been invited to a trade show in New York. In fact, 2 trade shows. There's one in Miami in January and one in New York in July next year, called The Agenda. And yeah, I think that's very exciting because we're the kind of brand, we're not looking at being in 100 doors in one country. We rather want to be in, very well chosen boutique stores, but across the world.
Niche markets.
And yes, absolutely. And there is that appeal. I mean, we've seen a lot of interest from outside of South Africa and outside of Africa. So very exciting.
Julian,
prospects.
We certainly wish you all the best and look forward to keeping in touch with you with regard to the progress made.
Thank you
for your time. That was Julian Kubel, who's the founder of Butan.